What up, cloud gamers? This is Anytime Anywhere Gaming, giving you that daily dose of everything and anything cloud gaming related, and today we're gonna have a talk about Xbox Cloud Gaming because they seem to be doing some upgrades on their back end. It's not on the hardware side of things, so don't get too excited, but it is a pretty big improvement for those who use the service. That's because 1440p streaming is on the way. Alongside it, we can expect an increase in bitrate that will provide a better and cleaner image, but is it that big of a difference? Truthfully, we'll have to experience that for ourselves before we make that judgment call, but I know on my end that 1440p is a pretty big step up from 1080p. And if the bitrate does go high enough, it will absolutely make a difference for me in whether or not I end up using xCloud on my own time. Speaking on my personal use case for Xbox Cloud Gaming right now, it's strictly for YouTube coverage. I actually think it provides a pretty decent gaming experience if that's what you have available, but I do think it caters more toward the mobile crowd. This is mainly due to the 1080p resolution. Typically, I'm either gaming in 1440p on my desktop or 4K on my TV, and that 1080p image just isn't crisp. So to hear that they're finally making the step up to 1440p has me excited because Xbox Cloud Gaming has some major benefits over other competitors. Mainly the included games that come part of the PC Game Pass Ultimate subscription. There's a vast amount of titles there for you to play. And they also do a really fantastic job at keeping up with some of the hottest releases each and every month. I know it'd be making me check out Xbox Cloud Gaming a lot more than I do right now. Now, what I'm about to say might sound a bit negative, but I do need to point out that this might not be the news that makes everyone happy though. There have been plenty of people who have been waiting for that 4K upgrade, not 1440p, and it seems like this is a rollout process. In fact, it may just be a test. Not everyone has access to it, and it seems to be kinda given out to random users to test so far. My biggest critique is, well, yeah, the lack of 4K hurts, but I think the biggest thing, especially now that I've been using GeForce NOW a whole lot more, is the lack of frame rate. Supporting higher than 60 FPS on PC can easily be felt, especially when it comes to cloud gaming. And I really would have loved to see Xbox just dive into that deep end and embrace what they can do with the cloud. It's fair to say that GeForce NOW has kind of spoiled me, and to be fair, it's not a direct competition. In fact, not everyone has access to GFN the same way I do. And by that I mean location, region availability, and who's actually running the GFN experience in their country. But as a consumer, I can't help but actually compare the two, and GFN has me kind of spoiled at the moment. And if we're pointing out that end, there are other options to consider as well in the third-party space, such as Boosteroid, Shadow, and more. One really can't help that Xbox kinda feels like they're in a catch-up position in a lot of ways. But regardless of that, it is good to see movements being made. For some people, Xbox Cloud Gaming may be their only choice or their preferred choice, and more power to them. Maybe they already have a lot of games purchased through Xbox. And for that reason alone, it's great to see that Microsoft is actually working at a better experience for the end user. Personally speaking, I do expect them to do even more down the road, and I don't think it'll take as long as people think. They've been very clear that they want Xbox to be anywhere and everywhere possible, and making sure that experience is as best as possible is a huge selling factor. So the sooner they can support things like higher frame rates, 4K, and maybe even better hardware, I think the better they'll be. What do you think though? Is 1440p enough of an upgrade for you to be excited, to sign up, or to continue subscribing? What other type of upgrades would you like to see? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Regardless, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, want more like it, subscribe to not miss out. And of course, this has been Steven from Anytime Anywhere Gaming, wishing you a great day, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.